what gives a person, a leader, a boss, maybe even a consultant, what gives them credibility? Results, right? But those results must be sustainable, foundational to support future improvement. So it can't just be a one-trick pony. It needs to be something that sets a foundation for further ideas and enhancements and continuous improvement, like I said. Must be engaging to all stakeholders, all employees. It must sustain the sponsors. Sponsorship is key. You folks know that. You got to keep the boss and the top management excited about what they're seeing, and that comes through results. And another thing you like to see in credibility and results is absolutely minimal upfront investment before the results start. It's okay to have future investment as long as you can self-fund that. That's kind of the ideal. It needs to be cultural. Changes support themselves. So you got this flywheel turning of ideas and results and change, and people want to get, on board with the program that's delivering the results, delivering the excitement, delivering the sponsorship. It needs to be cultural. Counterculture items are kind of discarded. If somebody wants to cancel an outage, where you need to do some planned work before final failure, and you have a culture of reliability, that stuff is frowned upon. So you want, it may have to happen, but it's countercultural. You at least have the discussion. It's not the norm, right? The principles of the change and your results make sense, and it's rooted in science and best practices. Hey folks, I've got 124 videos out there. This is 125 on how to make changes to your culture, all these things that we're talking about that deliver results and why they produce results. It's simple and it's aligned with best practices, okay? It's all out there, okay? Today, you're looking at your plans for 2021 here at the end of January, and you're probably saying, oh my gosh, how are we going to do this? I know we signed up for that. I know business is tough and we got challenges, and I just don't understand how we're going to do this in 2021. So, hey, Joe, you got any help for us? Is this plan even possible? Hey, folks, this is Joe Kuhn, Lean-Driven Reliability, bridging the gap between best practices that you should be doing, just can't quite figure out how to get it done with your culture, the pressures, and you're different, right? Okay, hey, first, folks, hey, a guide can be an invaluable resource. Somebody that's been there, somebody that's done that, somebody that's learned, somebody that's failed, somebody that's applied changes. It can be dramatic for your results, to avoid the pitfalls and keep sponsorship, manage through the business cycles, all those kinds of things. How do you get out of reactive maintenance? Man, a guide makes all the sense in the world. Hey, what are some of my demonstrated results? I've intentionally not provided these because, just to protect the previous company that I've worked for, but I'm going to be generic with, what location these were, and talk about specifics, because I think it will help you out in getting a comfort around what kind of results can you expect from delivering a reliability culture and how fast. So I thought that would be of value to you. And if you got questions on these, you can always drop me a comment, drop me an email. I respond to 100% of those. So first one, at a large aluminum smelter. I inherited a great foundation from a traditional reliability deployment. A couple years, actually 3 years of training and foundational support, but the results were disappointing. And I'm telling you, a lot of people scratching their head saying, is this as good as it gets? Is this what good looks like? We're doing all these things the consultant signed us up for. And, we get high marks on audits, but is this as good as it gets? And, honestly, we were disappointed because of all the efforts we put in and the mediocrity of the results. But folks, by adding Go and See, I have an enormous background in lean as well as reliability best practices. And by adding those lean concepts, the Go and See, the understanding of current state intimately, by adding that to the mix by going and seeing a PM and seeing, did that PM get conducted the way it was designed to be conducted? Is it executable? Were they doing all the steps? Were we wasting wrench time? Was it attacking failure mode? Were we problem solving? By adding that go and see, within 18 months, we saw a 42% reduction in spend, I'll call waste, 42% reduction. And we saw an OEE on the critical bottleneck of this plant go from 37% to 81%, all at the same time as our engagement score of our people, the craftspeople, supervisors, the whole organization, went from, I think it was somewhere around 40%. I'm a little fuzzy on the low end of this. It was around 40% engagement, up to 87% engagement. It's one of the best in the corporation, all while we were going through this change. Massive improvement. Took about 18 months. But started from a very, very good foundation. A lot of great people set that. But we're missing bringing it across the goal line. Doing all these steps, taking all these actions, missing bringing it across the goal line. I happened to be there and helped bring it across the goal line. I think I was pretty important in making that happen. I know it was. Number two, an aluminum rolling mill. Big, massive capital investment, capital process. Same thing with aluminum smelter. Huge assets. Our R&M budget was $100 million a year. I mean, big numbers. We saw in 1 year, 12 months, a 10% reduction in R&M spend, waste, I'll call it. Spend is what most people use, but I use waste. 12 months, while increasing sales and throughput 29%. 29% at the same time. So dramatic results in a very short window. Number three result, and this is a collection of results, but those results actually enabled me to get a dream position as the Global Director of Reliability and Maintenance for the company. And I had over 31 locations around the world. You want to talk about those? I'd love to sometime. But we saw in 12 months a 7% reduction, which was $115 million in 12 months. Reducing waste by just cookie cutter, repeating the process that I've used at the aluminum smelter and actually a couple other assignments I had, but driving lean concepts into reliability. Was able to go to each plant, facilitate a Kaizen with the leadership team to help them see the way, see the opportunity, see the techniques, help them develop a master plan for them using these concepts, using my process, but their action plans. They developed it and, $115 million in 12 months, 7% was the average result. The worst plant turned in a 10% reduction in R&M spend in 6 months. So their action plan had a 6-month time window on it, was 10%. That was the worst plant. Their plan, not mine. So by math, you can understand, hey, we didn't get 10%, all the plants didn't get 10%, but it was their plan. And there was some stretch. And some plants did far better. One plant was 19%. Some plants did a little bit less. But I'm telling you, everybody participated. Everybody uncovered a gold mine. Everybody was excited, and it was their plan. It was key in this for you folks that are corporate members. Don't tell a plant what to do. Help them discover the action plan that makes sense at their plant by understanding their current state. You can still direct them towards best practices. That's definitely the right answer, but everybody's going to have a unique roadmap based on what they see as the opportunity, based on their culture, based on their talent, their skills, based on their business case. Let them independently form their plan, then hold them accountable and coach them along their plan. Don't make it your plan. You're going to be a frustrated individual if it's your plan that you're forcing on plants. That's key learning for you corporate folks, is make it their plan. Hey, and I highlighted 3 savings. Hey, folks, R&M savings, that's typically how people track a reliability culture deployment. But you know, that's less than half the opportunity from the newfound stability of the process. All these resources that are in the daily drama convert to working on proactive problems, not only in reliability, but in future capacity, new improvements, new markets, new products for you to get into. It's a sense of winning and unity that comes from this. And 2 + 2 = 5 whenever you get reliability inside of your plant. I call these the opportunity cost of reliability. And I'm telling you, it's at least double. It's at least double the R&M savings is the impact on the business from these opportunity cost of resources working on proactive versus reactive. So, hey folks, I'm a one-person show. I'm screaming out loud on YouTube about an alternative to the traditional reliability deployment. I'm mostly giving it away, okay? 99% of what I'm doing is giving away my process, and I love doing it, okay? I've got 5 more free books out there. I just got a new shipment in, 5 free books, including shipping. If you're in the United States and Canada, I'll ship it to you at no cost to you. All you gotta do is send me an email and give me a mailing address. It could be your home, can be your plant. I just need a mailing address. That'd save me some time. Hey folks, that book's $14.99 on Amazon. I ask you to consider that, buying that for your entire lead team. I got several plants doing that. You know, how much would a consultant charge? A lot of folks can't afford a consultant. You can't afford me. I mean, I'm not trying to be arrogant, but you can't afford to have a consultant. You got a $500,000 maintenance budget. You can't afford to have a consultant come in for a year. You know, consultants will charge $100,000, $200,000. I've seen over $1 million. You know, I've seen easy, and not a lot of results for that. And 99% of them, everyone but me is teaching a process that is the traditional. Not everyone. That's an overstatement. I would say a huge percentage of consultants are using the way they learned about reliability, the way I learned about reliability deployments. It's upfront cost, heavy investment in the assets, a big bow wave of spending, so your costs are going to go up for 1, 2, 3 years before you can see it come down, as long as you sustain sponsorship and momentum through all that, which no plants can do. No plants can do. So I mean, this is I'm offering you an alternative. It's free for a lot of you. $14.99. You're not going to get a better deal than that. I get about 4 to 5 emails a day from folks like you. I respond to 100% of those, and most of them are 1 to 2 page response. I put a lot of time into them. Free consulting out there for you, because I want you to succeed. I want you to have an alternative. Manufacturing needs it, folks. About 2 to 3 times a week, I have a free 1-hour phone conversation with somebody that sends me an email, and they want to talk more, and I talk to them. I don't try to sell them anything. And just to help you get going. So, hey folks, I'm not an engineer. A lot of people would agree with that. I am a mechanical engineer from way in my distant past. I'm not a reliability engineer. I don't even consider myself a maintenance manager, maintenance leader. But hey folks, tools aren't your problem. You have a cultural problem. You know, nobody has a tool problem. The tools are easy to find, easy to deploy. It's the culture won't accept it. You need help with the culture. You know, I consider myself a plant manager. I've been a plant manager 3 times. I've been in operations leadership roles for, almost 30 of my 34 years. And I've discovered a gold mine in manufacturing that happens to be with reliability that nobody else is talking about. You know, it works 100% of the time. I have had absolutely 0 failures. It's simple to understand. It's very low cost to implement. It can be 0 in most of your plants, 0 to implement, and you get immediate results and long-term sponsorship, and you're on the road to reliability, okay? If you've tried traditional deployments and they failed, you couldn't maintain the sponsorship, it cost too much money, you didn't have the right people, culture ate it all up, hey, folks, try the lean-driven reliability approach. Ask me about my results guarantee. Send me an email. Hey, I'll talk to you. I'll correspond with you, all for free, folks. Hey, folks, begin your journey. This isn't that hard. You can get get 10% reduction in waste and get your OEE to go up 10, 15, 20, 25 percentage points pretty easily with a lean approach to attacking your reliability problem. This really isn't that hard. What you need is information around culture change. You need to understand what is the difference between success and failure inside of a reliability journey. And I'm telling you, it's not the tools. It's how do you address the culture. And I think, I know inside of my book, I got an approach that works. Okay, will it work at your plant? Guarantee it. Guarantee it'll work at your plant. Do you want to try it? Well, that's up to you. This is Joe out.